All right, what's good, YouTube? I ain't gonna hold y'all up too long. I ain't gonna hold y'all up too long, man. I just want to give y'all an update on kind of what's going on because I added some shares, and this ain't. I'm giving y'all some extra game, man, because this kind of early for the 10K challenge. But we had a good buying opportunity today. A good buying opportunity, as you know. I am heavily invested in Nvidia and heavily invested in AMD. And today we had both of those stocks on discount. Now, what are some reasons, as you see, Nvidia, closed today at 133.23. It was down $2.68, almost 2%. As you've seen, it's kind of recovered in aftermarket. It's up 1.2%. And I got some Nvidia for the low today. I got some Nvidia at about I'm almost $130 a share. And I got some AMD at about $115 a share. Now, there could be a few reasons why Nvidia may be dropping. We had CES. They started to drop shortly after CES after they had hit, I think, a new all-time high of 150 plus maybe. But it started to drop after CES. Some people weren't happy with CES. They were left wanting more. And then we had 10-year treasury yields starting to tick up towards that 5%. And then we have Biden come in and announce tighter restrictions on AI chip exports to countries of concern, i.e. China. We're trying to keep them chips away from China. We're in a technology race with them. We're in a technology race with them. As you know, one of our biggest tech companies is Nvidia. China is a big customer for Nvidia. They account for over $5 billion of Nvidia's revenue, this last year. So, with that being said, them tightening those restrictions even further on Nvidia to be able to sell and provide chips to China, that can hurt the business. That can hurt the revenue. That can hurt the bottom line. And we're seeing that in the stock. We're seeing that in the stock, I believe. We're seeing that in the stock. We've been down. We've been down. We've dropped quite a bit in the last week and a half. But if you believe in Nvidia, buying opportunity. I've been buying. I've been buying, and I'm happy about it. I'm happy about it. Another one is AMD. AMD has been dropping for a while now. AMD has been trending down. AMD has been trending down, but AMD closed today at 172, 117.32, and that's also up even more in aftermarket. So I told people that I talked to, people that I talked to about investing and all that stuff. I told them that I didn't believe that AMD would stay at these prices. And when you do see AMD creeping lower and lower and get to these prices, it tends to rebound. It tends to rebound quite quickly. There's a lot of people that still believe in AMD and still believe in their CPU business. They overtook Intel. They have big data center business. They had their presentation at CES, which I wasn't the most excited about. They talked a lot about, AI PCs and their gaming, and they talked about the AMD Pro, the enterprise business. They talked about some things. It wasn't that impressive to me. I was more intrigued with Nvidia's CES keynote with the robotics and the autonomous vehicles and talking about quantum and all of that kind of stuff. But I still believe in AMD. I think they have an amazing CEO, and I think this company is going to rebound. I think they're going to have a good 2025. I think they're going to have a good year. And AMD, people have been selling it off, man. And me personally, I'm buying. I'm buying, and I believe in AMD. I believe in AMD. But let me know in the comments, man. Are you invested in Nvidia? Are you invested in AMD? Do you believe in them? Do you believe that? And again, with Nvidia, Biden is implementing these restrictions, but there's no guarantee that Trump won't go in and upend the whole thing. There's no guarantee that Trump won't go in and reverse things. As we know, Trump indeed wants to remain the dominant player. He wants to keep the lead on China when it comes to our technology, but he also wants our technology companies to be the best in the world. And in order for Nvidia to remain the best in the world, they have to be able to sell to China. They have to, for the revenues. So I think he's gonna have to find a happy medium. You know, we already have restrictions on them. They're already getting lesser chips, and yet they've still been able to make technological advancements, as we've seen with DeepSeek 3, a large language model that has been said to be able to compete with the likes of OpenAI's ChatGPT and even beat it in certain metrics. So we'll see. We'll see what happens with that. We'll see what happens with Nvidia, and we'll see how they navigate those waters. We'll see. That's when politics and geopolitics plays a role in investing, and that's why we have to stay on top of the news and on top of what's going on around the world, because as we see, it indeed affects the stock market. And AMD, we'll just have to wait. As we know, we are in earnings season. We are in earnings season. When do they have earnings? Let's look at that real quick before we get off of here. AMD, they have earnings on January 28th, so make sure you tap into that, the Q4 earnings. And Nvidia's earnings are scheduled for February 26th. So, if you're invested in these companies, if you're interested in these companies, if they're on your watch list, definitely tap into those earnings to get some guidance, to get some new numbers as far as financials, get some new projections, some new EPS, some new PE ratios. We want to see what those profits were looking like. We want to see those profit margins. And yeah, we'll be looking forward to it. But as for now, your boy's still buying. I'm still gonna be buying, man. Let me know if you buying. Let me know if you buying in the comments. Let me know if you're not buying, man. Let me know if you think that AMD and Nvidia will fall even further. You know, we do have Trump coming in with tariffs and mass deportations and a lot of things that he's talking about implementing in the first 100 days. So we'll see how it affects the stock market in general, man. But I just want to tap in and let y'all know, keep y'all in the loop with what I was doing, man. Keep y'all in the loop with what I was doing. But I'll see you on the next one.